my friends, happy super full moon and portal energy. Now, we've been talking a lot about this energy in I'm gonna say a month now, because I think I started sharing this at mid-July. Usually I try to have the videos of what's coming, you know, with enough leeway for you guys to really take notes, get ready. And I want to share with you guys about something really important, and I would love for you, and I'm going to write it down for you all to, there's all over YouTube, so I really want you to, I listen to this. I'm very something that Steve Jobs shared was every single year he took some time off to reread the life or the autobiography of a yogi. And he did this is because there's a lot of insight in certain books and certain energies. And every time that we reread something like that, as mystical, as positive as that, we take in new insights. As human beings, we're constantly shifting and changing in life. So what for me, when I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, every time I reread it, I take something new. I learn something new. And sometimes there's something like he'll share about a book or he'll share about a certain technique. And I was like, gosh, I don't remember that the last 10 times I read it. You know, so it's really important for you to take your manifesting seriously. With that being said, I have journals all over my house, and especially next to my bed, but I don't know what it is about me and clutter. Next to my little table stand next to my bed, it has my vitamins, it has my medicine, my water, a lot of crystals. And sometimes it gets a little cluttered because, you know, what do? Taking all your stuff off, throwing it next to the bed, drinking water, putting it next to the bed. So I usually have my, especially like this is my right now journal. I'll usually have it there because sometimes, and it has like a little, for me just to go right to where I need to write, you know, whatever is coming through. Because that journal is about my daily, my feelings, my learning, my everything. Anything and everything that just comes through goes in that journal. And I have a lot of those. And then I have my scripting journals. I have the one that I'm still adding to for the Kickstarter. And this is where I script about my relationships. Now, not just me and my husband, all my relationships. That goes in that. And then I just bought this one, which I loved because it says, written with stars. And this is my scripting. And thus far, because I just started in August, this is all. And you can see there's pictures in there too, because I'll add pictures to my scripts. This is all the scripting that I've done just in the first week of August. Budgeting planner. So I've created, which I don't think I've added it to Patreon. I'll do that now. So my budgeting. And I'm gonna share something really important about this. So this video is going to be all manifesting. Of course, you know, I'm a storyteller, so I will share stories. Not only is budgeting, but what I'm going to do with the budget. And then I have, because I love this, I think I sent this to one of my scripting clients. Look how pretty this stationery. And then I love that one too. The workbook number 2 that I sent to my scripting project clients. This was just yesterday, back and front. Back and front. Yesterday, why? Why was yesterday so important? Why don't you comment below? Why was yesterday so important? Today is August 9th of 2022. Why was yesterday so important? I want to see if any of you are watching my videos, and because I shared this with you all. And then this is number 1. This is the first one that we did. So workbook 1 and workbook 2. And eventually when I have all of them, I'm going to make this into an actual book for you all to purchase and use. All right. So I shared all that with you. Then I want to share with you something else. Now, I rewrote this here. I got it on YouTube, but my Bible says it different. I have a very, very ancient Bible. I'm going to say it's probably the Old Testament, and it comes from, it was my great-grandmother's. Somebody I wanted to, because it needs to be, the outside needs to be redone, and I've been afraid to send it to anybody because I found out that it's actually very pricey. So I've been afraid. Plus it has a lot of energy in it. Believe it or not, it even has rituals in it. Believe it. Bible has rituals, my friend. So in that Bible, this prayer sounds different than how I found it in Google. Now, and I've shared this with you guys. It says, ask and it will be given to you. It says but it's asketh, and it will be given unto you. Seeketh, and you shall findeth. Knocketh, and it will be opened unto you. For everyone who asketh, receiveth, and those who seeketh, findeth, and the ones who knocketh, it will be opened unto them. And this is Matthew 7 through 14. Now, you notice it's a little postcard. So you have the prayer in the back. Very powerful prayer, and I will explain to you why. And then you're going to take this, and I'm sharing this with you is because this is Master Manifester Vibrational Energy. We just had huge energy yesterday, so I want to read the comments. I want to see what yesterday was. And we're getting closer. On the 11th is the super full moon energy. So it is an energy that is very, very simple, because all you have to do, you don't have to light candles, you don't have to do anything crazy. It's a verbal vibrational energy. And I found that when Spirit shared this, I've been using this for a little bit. I don't use it too much. And it's super funny because Napoleon Hill has something very similar, which I've shared to you. Napoleon Hill asks you to do the Divine Providence prayer, and on the back of the prayer, write your goal or intention or desire. So this is Nightingale. I think it's Earl Nightingale. It's called The Strangest Secret. So you guys can YouTube it, listen for yourself. That's an energy that I listen to constantly, and today I'm going to be engaging and sharing with that vibration and energy. So you're gonna take your postcard, and notice it's not even a postcard. This is just cardstock paper that because I write big and I wanted room, so I could write the prayer, and then you're gonna take the back and you're gonna write your intention and your desire. But now you want this to be, think about it, this is big, my friends, okay? This is not, I want a car, or, I want, I don't know. Some of the stuff that you guys send me that you want, I'm just like, okay. This is like super crazy. This is an intention, a desire, something, think about 5 years from now, where do you want to see yourself? Is it a successful business that you want to build? Is it a family that you want to start? Like, think big, things that you don't have right now, that this is like a burning desire, something that you really want, that is consuming you, not something that you think you want and then a week from now you're going to forget because you want something else, So very, very important, because if you're giving energy to this and then you decide on day 10 that you really don't want this anymore, or it's a boyfriend that, because I get this all the time from you guys, oh my God, oh, I want him, I don't want him, oh, he's nice, oh, he's an asshole, oh, I want him again, oh, I don't want him. No, either you want him or you don't want him. It has to be something like that you really, really want, and you know that tomorrow, the next day, 30 days, a year, 2 years from now, you're still going to want it. Really important, because this super full moon energy is about that vibration. It's about you wanting something that it's been something that you wanted for a long time, and you've been working on it, and maybe it hasn't fully manifested. You add a little bit of energy, you add, but you're working, or you're doing this. So what is it? What is your burning desire? And you will write it here. And then you are going to add a picture of that desire on there, because this is something that you are going to use for 30 days. And here's the catch. If you wake up tomorrow and you poop all over it because, oh Daisy, it hasn't manifested. It's been a week and it hasn't manifested. It's been 24 hours and it hasn't manifested. It's been 21 days and it hasn't manifested. When you do that, you have to start all over. Because we don't notice that we do that. We don't notice that we're putting all of this energy into something we desire, and then we change our mind, or we say it doesn't work. And I want to show you, and then he talks about this. Of course, I added more. I want you to think about this. Okay, I wrote super full moon in Aquarius. This is a super manifesting moon. What you focus on now is what you will manifest. If you're focusing on negative thoughts, frustration, anxiety, egotistical, lower vibrational energy, that is what you are sowing, and that is what you will have. So when October, November, December comes along and you are in turmoil, or January, February, March comes around and you are in turmoil, because some of these manifestations, my friend, things don't manifest in 30 days. Some do. You want $1,000? You can get that crap in 24 hours. You want somebody to call you? They'll call you in 12, 15, 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, depending on their energy. That's not, I'm talking about super duper things that you desire and you intend. You cannot sabotage that energy. You cannot. What you do is, if it's not manifested, ask why. I'm going to share something with you. So I did a Kickstarter, and I think I've talked about this before, and it's only gone to $209. And the goal is, I think, $5,000, because we've invested money into the Kickstarter. I could have melted, and you could ask my investor. I could have told her, oh my God, this doesn't work. This is not going to work. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is not going to work. It didn't happen. I could have done all that. That's not what I did. I said to the Spirit, hey Spirit, what can I do? How can I shift this to make this manifest? Guess what? Not only did Spirit send me the answer, they gave me a description of the answer. They sent me the person that's going to fix the situation. So sometimes things don't manifest, but if we melt, then we're literally feeding the wrong plant. We're literally taking in the poison. And there I get to the next part. So, and I use this metaphor all the time, and a lot of us don't grasp it. A lot, like I said, sometimes you'll hear something and you'll take this, and then you'll come back and take that. That's why in workbook 2, we did a crazy exercise that I hope some of you did it. If you are one of my scripting lessons clients for this 30-day quest, and you did workbook 2, comment what you felt. Comment if you went back, if you actually did it and you went back, comment what happened. What did you manifest? What did you get from that crazy, amazing ritual? Okay, so let's say you have this beautiful garden, and you have 2 seeds. One of them is corn, which is gonna nurture you and feed you, and you absolutely love it, and it has so many recipes that you could make from corn. And then you have nightshade. Now, what is nightshade? It's a poison. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It looks beautiful, but it's a poison. And you could Google it to see what it looks like. So you put both of these seeds into the ground and you nurture all of them. You notice that the corn takes longer because it has to create roots. Maybe the plant will grow really fast because I've sowed corn before. It'll grow really fast, but the actual husks, the actual corn takes a while, and you have to nurture it, and you have to give it fertilizing. And you have to be careful because certain bugs will eat the husk before you could even consume the corn. Not nightshade. That plant is going to grow. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Pretty flowers. Now what happens is, when you started sowing this, you were starving. Your source of food is what you just sowed. Because either this is the first time sowed or all your past sowings are on repetitive mode. And I will explain this. So what do? Because you don't have no patience. So you're going to consume the nightshade because it grew faster. It's readily available and you're going to consume that. So you're taking in that poison. You're not allowing the corn to grow. You're not giving now the corn the attention it needs. Now you're pissed at the corn because the husk got eaten by some caterpillars, or it didn't grow fast enough, or whatever. Because life is going to send us experiences. It's going to send us vibrations. It's going to send us people that are going to deteriorate our growth. For me, sometimes it's you guys coming into my circle and sending me all your negative energies and all your, and putting it on me. For you, as your bosses, your spouses, your lovers, your friends, your family, the media. So we are constantly surrounded by dark energy. Now, this is going to bring frustration and patience because you need that corn now. You can't wait for that 3 to 4 months, which takes to actually, have this harvest. Because if we look at the almanac, we start sowing in spring, right? Spring, sometimes we'll have certain things that we'll do in June, some things we'll have in July. So some of the things you're not really sowing until August, September, and even in October, because we have the harvest moon when? On October 31st. That's what time frame is that, my friends? What time frame is that? How many, if you really took this, how many months, how many days is that from sowing to reaping? Is that 24 hours? Is that a week? Is that, wait, my favorite. It's been 30 days. Is that 30 days? No. 3 months of nurturing, of loving, of caring, of taking care of the corn before you could actually eat it. And when you do, it tastes so damn good. And the nightshade could be just pretty, just a pretty poison. Like that beautiful lover is so pretty, but he won't really commit because he's an asshole. You understand? Do you get that metaphor? So, super duper manifestations, things that we really truly intend and desire, take time. Things like I said, I've had manifestations that taken 1 year. I've had super duper manifestations that taken 5 years. I've had $10,000 and manifested in 24 hours. So it's like, it's being open, allowing, and releasing. And how do you do that? By not sabotaging, by not choking. So because a lot of you don't watch my videos. You'll message me and cry, but you didn't watch the video, you didn't look at the printables, you didn't read the print, the post that said, hey, don't forget about this. Hey, be careful because this is coming up. You are melting in your pot and you don't know what's going on. Daisy didn't tell me. I love Sasha Bonasai. You know, sometimes his voice drives me crazy, which I know sometimes my voice will drive you crazy. But he is so accurate with, like, if you go to his astrology and I watch his rising, his, you have the rising, your sun sign, and your moon sign. If you know your signs, you could watch all three of them, because sometimes this, like, for example, I'm an Aquarius, but sometimes I get a lot more from my Aries, you know? And Sagittarius is more like this spunk that you see. I think that's more Sagittarius and Aries than Aquarius. And it's super funny. I have a lot of Aquariuses around me, and they're not my besties. Like, it's very rare that I hang out with Aquariuses. What's her other name? The redhead that I told you about. I forgot her name. Pamela Georgel. She's not an astrologer, but she reads the energy. She's the Lucky Mermaid. She's also on YouTube, and she shares all the signs. She also has crystal readings. So my point is that I will take my journal and I will show you. Here's one. Openness. The secrets of the moon. The cycles of the moon affect every aspect of your life. The magnetic pool regulates the tides as it acts on our planet's waters. The moon even affects the monthly cycles of women. Be open to the signs. Be still. Do nothing. Breathe. Relax. Miracles will show up. Okay? Now, this was ways don't expect. Some ways you don't even expect the miracles showing up. Now, these are my readings to myself, and this I did in July, and I wrote reading for the next 3 to 4 months. Okay, and then there was a part, listen to this. Listen to this. Sometimes we cannot see everything. Continue scripting, allow, and have patience. It's funny because Spirit is telling me this, and I'm the type of person that I understand this. But there's times that I'm just like, because the door will open and they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this on Tuesday. And then Tuesday comes along and they haven't done it. And I'm like, well, damn it. They said they were gonna do it on Tuesday. So I do melt for 5 minutes, and then I'm like, I give it to you, Lord. I give it to you, spirits. You guys know, just handle it. Synchronize. I will say synchronize, align, and bring it to me the best possible way. So it says, sometimes we do not see, and it puts us on edge. Then things unravel, and we witness great things. Do not allow certain vibrations to put you on edge, especially during this energy. And it's super funny because these are messages that I wrote back in July. It says, by allowing and staying focused on peace and tranquility without losing our faith, that puts us on track, and we become abundant, healthy, and prosperous. Now, something that you will hear from Earl Nightingale in the, what's it called, The Strangest Secret, is that he says, and this is why it's really important, that in those 30 days, if you sabotage the energy by saying, it's not going to work, then you have to start over. That became your day one again. And because we have a million thoughts in a day, when negative thoughts creep in, because ego's very silly. You'll be doing the dishes, and I'm saying that because that's what used to happen to me. I would be doing the dishes, and all of the negativity, or somebody says something, and I will rethink in ways that I should have replied and told them to F off, and I no longer do that. So what do I do when I do in dishes? I pop in my AirPods, and I'm listening to high frequency books, energies, Sometimes I have my high vibrational music and I'm doing my affirmations. So I shift that energy from the gossip with spirits on lower vibrational frequencies to high vibrational. What am I going to bring in? What am I going to teach myself? What am I going to connect with wisely? Now, the wisdom of knowing everything is manifesting as it should be on divine timing and in a manner that gives you beyond your expectations. So if you want to be rich, you have to live richly. And this is something that before I never understood, because I was like, well, how am I going to live richly if I'm not rich? Well, because being wealth is a vibration. It's an energy. It's, and I talk to a lot of people, like I've talked to people that went to school for X amount of years, have careers, and I make more money than them. But I can't tell them that, because then they're like, in their vibration, they're like, well, that's not fair. She's just whatever. Why does she make this and I don't make this? So in my many years, and I think it's super funny how I find people that in your YouTube channels, they're like, look at my big house and look at my this and look at my that. And I've learned that it's better to be humble and simple and not flaunt unless you're sharing, okay, I manifested this by doing this. Unless it's part of the wisdom, the teachings, you should not share what you have, because what you're doing is you're then becoming a magnet to people sending you some negative vibrations. So you don't want that. And as someone like me, that I'm constantly in the spotlight, I'm constantly working with people one-on-one, which I'm happy to say that is coming to its conclusion. I know it's happy for me and not for a lot of you, but that's my next thing. You want to stay on a vibration of manifesting your intentions and desires in a very positive form. So desire, picture of your desire. Now I have a pic. Do I have it here? No, I don't. So I did a picture. I don't have it here. You hear all the papers? It's like I have a million papers in front of me. All right, I don't have it here. I have a picture where it's me with a bestseller logo. And I did it on Canva, copy and paste. Today is like amazing. You get an amazing picture to say you want a dream house. To say in your vision is you want a very specific house. You want to start a farm. You want to become an herbalist and grow some amazing herbs and start a business all around that. And I'm telling you so because it's funny. I met someone who did that with flowers. She actually started with her house, with her garden, and she started doing so good that she had to expand, and she purchased, I think it was like a lot, or she rented a lot, and then she started making so much money that finally she was able to buy her land. So it's being open to where you are, taking the vibration, energy, the action of where you are, and then in like a staircase, it starts to unravel, and you become super manifesting what you intend and desire. The point is not to say it doesn't work, and if you do say that, if you sabotage it, we all go through meltdowns. We all have our days where you get pissed off. I know I get pissed off. I have huge arguments with spirit. So when you go through that, then you start over. And you don't beat yourself up for starting over. Because if it's something that you really want, then you will do everything in your power, everything in your possible power to achieve this manifestation. Perfect example. I'm writing a book with Archangel Ariel, and we're writing with this beautiful spiritual being that apparently nobody knows anything about. This guy popped into one of these Neville Goddard's life. He shared some wisdom. Apparently he was Neville's main teacher, and I forgot the other, and mystics and rabbis and popes all learned from this man. Nobody talks about him. Why? He did not want to be the center of attention. But what happened was nobody shared about him because he didn't want to be in pictures. He didn't want to be, hey, I've learned this because of him. And he just didn't want that. He wanted to live his life, enjoy his life, enjoy his wisdom, share the wisdom with others so they could teach it. He didn't even care about credit. He didn't want any part of that. So I wanted to learn from him, from his teachings, from, because yes, Neville is amazing. Like, if you guys want to learn to be master manifestors, Neville Goddard is a great place to focus because he has so many in-depth teachings, so many books. I think he even influenced Esther Hicks and Abraham Hicks and Jerry Hicks, and a lot of other master manifestors. So you could start there. The point being is that nobody knew, and my question was, well, Archangel Ariel, what to write about him, and it's fine. I could download, I could connect with his divine energy, but I would like to cite articles, things that, because what happens is when you're writing, you're gonna have humans that don't believe. That's why a lot of publishers like, oh, we don't want channeled books, because it's not credible. Humans like credibility. Humans want to see, oh yes, Daisy has a PhD, so I'm gonna believe her. But Abraham Lincoln taught himself to become a lawyer, and till today, he has been the very best president the United States has ever had. He was a self-taught man. So, unfortunately, humans have to see in order to believe. So I need that credibility. And I'm the type of person that I love to research. It's fun. It's like exciting. And what happened was I asked, well, so how do I, can you connect me, synchronize me, align me with the articles, the books that actually speak about him? And they did. I think I was reading a book and somebody brought him up, and he had a different name. It was very close to the name that Neville shares, but it's actually different. And then it shows me that it actually has a whole kind of wing to it that none of the other teachers have taught. And I'm just like, holy smokes. And of course, like I said, I test everything before I bring it to you guys, before I put it on the mainstream, because I've tested it, I've experienced it. I know I can say, hey, I've experienced this. Hey, I felt this. And then I go to my betas, which are like usually my investors, my really, really close clients that are no longer clients, mainly my family and friends. And they will use a lot of the stuff, manifest, and then I'm like, and that's why you notice in my books I have like, oh, my son did this and this happened, because we all have different vibrations and different energies. And these are people that are going to be honest with me and be like, hey, Daisy, I did this and it didn't work. So like I say, scripting is not going to work for everybody. And this is why I share a lot of different techniques in scripting. And you have to have patience. Like I says here, sometimes we cannot see everything. Continue your scripting. Allow and have patience. Everything that I've scripted has not fully manifested. A lot of it has. But then I've been scripting 2013, 2014, 2015. So I've been scripting 2019, 2020, 2021. And now everything that we're sowing in 2022. And that's what you guys don't understand. As humans, we want everything yesterday. We want everything in a month. A month is too long. I had someone I'll never forget. I think she was one of the main reasons I completely deleted my spells, because I was like, these people do not deserve me. I did a spell for her, and not even 48 hours later, she messages me. No, she put a negative review saying that my spells didn't work. I think her review is still up. I mean, awful. She bashed me to high hell. And I messaged her. I was like, why didn't you come to me? And then I had to explain to her, look, at least it takes 21 days to see, little things, you're trying to bring back, especially when it comes to reconciliation, And then I had another one who did get the reconciliation, but then their person left. And of course it was my fault, so it's like, that was a lot of reasons why I was like, no, I rather just teach and share and let them have their own experiences so they can't send that negative energy to me. And that's one of the main reasons. And I know, I'm sorry for those of you that come to me and are like, hey, Daisy, because I get it all the time. I get multiple daily emails and Etsy messages of, can you remember you did this spell for me in 2019, 2020? Can I do it again? And I just don't do that stuff anymore. Sorry. But we're manifesting through vibration, and that is stupendous. Asketh, and it will be given unto you. Now let's talk about that, and then I'm closing this. So when we ask, and it's super funny because the original says asketh like it was past tense, because when you script, you want to write presently or in the past. So asketh, and it will be giveneth unto you, not to you, but unto you. And what does that mean? Because I really have studied the many interpretations of this verse in the Bible, and it's a vibration when you ask the questions. And I want you to do that. I want you, and I would love for you to comment the results. I want you to take a piece of paper. Something that you're going to be able to remember, so you could either put this on your pillow, and I'll share with you why I tell you to do that. I want you to take this piece of paper, and I want you to ask a question. Now, it could be any question. It could be, really think about something that you really want to know about. Maybe you want, I want to know how to manifest. And I do this all the time when, because I know, like right now we're in a major recession, and sometimes we're short of cash. So something that I ask, because I'm doing a lot of budgeting, and I want to Patreons, I'm going to put the principles up, and I'll share a little description about that. It's actually really cool. So if you guys are Patreons, these are things that I share with you exclusively, and eventually I share in my other channels, but sometimes I forget because I'm a Dory, and only Patreons get it. So anywho, so let's first say, and I'm going to give the example of what happens to me, because through my experiences I could share. So I asked Spirit, because I have two accounts. I have one account, actually I have three accounts. I have one account that I have for my granddaughters, where me, my husband, my kids are all grown-ups. They send her, my granddaughters, money every week. It's kind of like an allowance to buy video games, buy clothes, buy shoes, whatever she wants, whatever they want. And I also have an Etsy shop that's linked to that account, which I think is just like printable, so it's passive income, so I don't have to ship anything out, so that money goes straight to her credit card, savings account, whatever it is. Then I have another one which is linked to a new shop that is still, Etsy is like in a really slow phase. For me, it happened in September of 2021 when my shop kind of like plummeted. It went from X amount, glorious, awesome, to I make sometimes $500 to $1,000, and sometimes it's not even that. It's like I would literally be living on the streets if Etsy would have been my only source of income. So I said to Spirit a couple of weeks ago, I said, what can I do? Because I love that the people that buy my oils really connect with the energy and the vibration. And since Etsy did whatever they did, I don't sell them enough, So I haven't even, it's super funny because I was doing so great that every month I would make new batches of oils. And I think the last batch of oils I made was during the Black Moon, if you guys remember the Black Moon energy. I haven't made anything else. The oils that I've had are wonderful because I have Blood Moon, I have Blue Moon. Like today would have, this Aquarius super moon energy would have been great for me to make an oil, but I still have all of this, and I don't like things to get stagnant, which I don't, because they're in a high vibrational crystal energy. I'll never forget that I had somebody inside, oh, I'll buy the oil, but I need you to give me the recipe of how you make them. I'm like, yeah, okay, right now. Anyway, so the point of that is I wanted to know where I could sell, because Etsy is in a and it's not just me, like I've talked to other sellers and everybody says the same thing. Whatever changes they did, again, was against spiritual shops. And they blame it on, oh, you have so many new spiritual shops. that are selling cheaper, but that's not true because my oils are $8. Like literally my obsession oil, the lust oil, the happiness oil, all of them are less than $10. So it's not because of that, because there's actually other shops that are selling and their oils are more expensive than mine. So they changed something in their algorithm. Anyways, long story short, I said, how can I get my oils through another venue so they could sell, and of course it's going to bring me my income back. And it took about, I'm going to say, a month, because again, I'm making a lot of changes, and Spirit knows that these changes have to do with me getting away from the one-on-ones and focusing more on sharing spiritual tools, spiritual, like you could do, I have plenty of rituals. They're printables in my shop. You could buy the rituals and I send you all the goodies so you could do the rituals at home. I don't do them myself. And of course, my amazing oils. They sent me exactly what I needed to do and where to do it. It's completely other place that is not Etsy. Now, mind you, I love Etsy. I've been with Etsy since 2013, and I was thinking about opening up my Etsy shop. I think it was like in 2011 or 2012, and it literally took me, because you know how we are, we're like, oh, we're gonna do this, and I want to do this, and you don't do it. Well, my shop, finally, I launched it in 2013, and Etsy does this. I remember in 2015, it was awesome. I remember my first on-call paid me $5,000. Like, it was super amazing. And again, they did this massive change, and all the sales completely plummeted and dropped. Of course, this time I'm prepared. I have a Patreon, I have my Square, I have my PayPal, I have my social media. So it's very different circumstances. We learn, this is why you write everything down and you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Very important. So ask the question, be detailed. For example, my question was, how do I find another venue like Etsy that I could start selling in and make X amount of money a month? That little how can I, or how, that how, it's like a vibration, because you're asking the question. And believe it or not, and I did this through the Kickstarter. Instead of melting, I said, how can I shift this or change this? Or I don't remember, I have it all detailed. And I was very open, because I didn't say, how can I get my Kickstarter to, you know, or this, how can I get this Kickstarter? No, I said, how can I get, you know, Kickstarter, my Kickstarter to bring, because I'm thinking about me and my investor, you know, because, and I think my main thing is I think about my investor, because I know like they need it, they want it, and it would just feel so good, right? So, you know, you're giving that vibration, that energy to that higher power. And their response was amazing. So I'm working on all of these new things, you know, which I'm excited about. And it's only the super, and we're not even yet in that super full moon. And Spirit is like, and I can't share that with you because it hasn't fully manifested. They just tell me, big happy changes are coming. And I literally wrote it in bold. Big happy changes are coming. So yeah, right now we're suffering, we're going through stuff, because what was it that I told you guys in that last video? And I moved it again. If you guys see all the papers I have here, you'll crack up. Unstable energy. That is what this energy is called. Unstable energy. But through this unstable energy is where you have to push through and focus on your desire. So go ahead and I created one for me, because I'm going to add my main focus on the back with a picture. And I already have the picture, so excited about the picture. And then you're going to read it to yourself every single night. You're going to look and you're going to take in, and the last thing and I want you to stare at the picture, especially during that sleepy moment. Stare at the picture and look at it right before going to bed, and then put it under your pillow. When you wake up in the morning, and sometimes you're going to forget, so if you have to go to the bathroom and come back, that's fine, because we do that. When you wake up in the morning, you hold your hand in your heart. Your left hand is receiving, so you hold your hand in your heart and you state in gratitude. And you could even script, I'm truly happy and grateful because I have this, or because, or I'm truly happy and grateful because this has occurred in my life. I'm presently experiencing this. So you change the words about to go with what you are manifesting. I'm truly happy and grateful now that I am in my committed relationship and we're making plans for our future, if that is your big one. Or I'm truly happy and grateful now that I bought my dream home and I could afford it easily and effortlessly, and my wealth and prosperity match the vibration of owning this home, Or I'm truly happy and grateful now that I have the successful business that sells products all over the world. So, you think big, okay? I want you to think big and then make it something that you really want and you really desire. No more meltdowns. If you're going through a meltdown, journal it. Today I woke up and I felt like shit. And this happened. And I cried. And I melted. And then once you're done releasing all of that, go into the gratitude stage. But I am grateful that I am healthy. Then you start looking at, you melted because this is not in your life. But then you look at, I'm healthy. I'm in a loving relationship. I have a beautiful home. I love my job. I love creating content. I love. So then you took that negative vibration and you shifted it. You let go of the negative vibration and you aligned with the positive. Do you see how that works? So we all go through meltdowns. I share that with you all the time. But you cannot stay in the melting stage. You have to purge the meltdown and align with the positive. Okay? Do not close your days in the melting stage. That's why I have these musics. I have Hallmark. I have things that are going to make me happy. I remember my cousins we were talking about this new show that came out. I think it's called The Sandman, and I turned it on and it's a dark show. And I was like, this energy is not for that show. That's why I tell you that the darkness is always working overtime, because those are the type of shows and movies that they put out there. Because what happens is, what do people do when they're in a low vibration? They'll call other people that are in the same low vibration so they could back and forth complain about their victimized energy. I know, because I used to do this with my mom. She would call me and melt about and complain about everything. I did this with friends. We would call and melt and complain about our boyfriends and husbands and lovers, and and my situation's worse than yours. No, my situation's worse than yours. Like, it was a competition of how bad our situation. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? And my mom does that. I'm more sick than you are. I'm more sick than the 90-year-old lady. And I was like, I called my mom yesterday. I go, do you know that Olivia Newton-John passed away at 73? Like, her situation was dire. She had breast cancer that she couldn't come out of, battling it for years. Like, really seeing, like, I'm in a good place. Yeah, I'm not the healthiest person, but I'm alive. I'm with my family. I always do things because I want her to realize that it's never as bad as you think. So purge out the bad, flip it. I love that I'm healthy, even though you have to take 6 or 7 pills a day. You're alive. You're having conversations. You're able to get out of your bed. You are healthy. And putting that vibration out there, putting that energy out there, is just going to bring you more health. Going to align you with more positive energy. A doctor that could find a better way to cope with whatever ailment you're encountering. Right, I'm going to cut it short because it's time for my evening coffee. I send you love and blessings, and I will hopefully have this out. And then the printables, get ready, Patreons. I will link below. If you want to be a Patreon, it will be linked below. I send you love and blessings, and bye-bye.